right, Islam, peace and love, peace and love. Islam, Islam, Islam. We are here, we are here, we are here for 30 minutes, more or less. Probably less because something just came up and now I gotta go handle something else. That's life. Don't you love life? Life is so exciting. Anyway, welcome once again to our Saturday study sessions, where the Moors gather every week, after they've been sending me questions or requests throughout the previous week, and I answer what I can, where I can. And we have been covered. It keeps bouncing around, and I like it personally, but it's all aligned, so it works out great. And again, I had something come up, so I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. The alignment that came up this week was that so we had been discussing law, which morphed into business, which morphed, since now we're entering into Blank History Month, that morphed into status, right? And last week we spoke on status and unity and how the two go together, right? Because if you all got the same status, isn't that unity? But yeah, so I got some emails asking me to go into the unity part. Since we're all Moors, we got that, right? Let's do something with it. And Islam, Islam, peace and love to all the Moors who joined in and those who will hear this later. Gratitude for your consideration. I appreciate that. And I hope you get something out of this because I got something for you. Islam to y'all. So, the unity part. We know we're Moors, right? So what are we going to actually physically do with it? Not literally, which means it's written down. Actually, A-C-T, right? Actually. So that's where Moors, a bunch of stuff has been going on, right? How Moors, we went into this last week. Moors are doing their own little things in their own corners. We need to stop doing that, me included, where we need to start building our network, right? And I brought up posited that we should do it through MRCI Charities because it's right there. And you all have been helping to get it where it can actually do some stuff, right? And I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So I got some requests about more information about that, so I'm gonna go into it, right? So a few updates real quick. MRCI Charities, since we on MRCI Charities, yeah, update to MRCI Charity. So proposed initiatives. I think I got this mixed up because I have it written down. I got my notes because why? I respect your time, and I'm not trying to be bouncing all over the place, or else I shall if I don't have my notes. Something I forgot to cover last week. How I said that MRCI Charities, thanks to what the Moors, as we have been doing collaboratively, right? Like I've been dreaming out loud, which I guess that should be a campaign. I've been dreaming out loud and Moors have been answering the call. I've just been saying like, I wish, what would be great, that kind of thing. And Moors have been stepping up and doing what they can, where they can, right? So, a lot of this, in order for us to do more, we need to get set up in this paradigm known as bureaucracy, right? And don't be scared of it, because I like to look at it what happened when every other nation cast out their colonists. They didn't raise the colonist government to the ground. They emptied those seats of the colonists and filled them with their own people. So there is no need to be afraid of the county, of the state, and all that stuff, because it's all going to come back into our hands anyway. Right? Are you trying to rebuild this? We built this. Y'all know we built this. We built it because there's nothing like, nobody else has it on planet Earth, and when they try to copy it, they can't get it to work. That's how you know it's ours, right? So no, we don't have to be afraid of bureaucracy, that kind of thing. So anyway, in order to do what I'm trying to do, and I hope the Moors will join me, right? Because I'm stepping out on faith. But in order to do that, the Moors need to be set up properly. And I was telling them how I have been led and guided. I'm not going to even say I did it, because I stumbled and found like, oh, look, I did that. Or that happened. Not I did that. That happened. And now I can use it to do that. Kind of like the same thing with the charity itself. So anyway, the paperwork that I use to set up my stuff, right? I have been just emailing it 2 Moors as they requested, but that's taking too long, and I have a lot of going on. It might be a week before I see your email, right? So in order to avoid that, I forgot to mention this last week. Anything that I mentioned that you can all get a hold of, it will be posted to Moorish Guidepost. So y'all don't have to wait on me. You just go to that site and you access it, right? And I'm adding that on my very long to-do list. So the way it's going to work is if you have ever donated to MRCI Charities, and right now it is officially too late. It's the cutoff is this moment, right? If you had ever donated to MRCI Charities, you just get behind the paywall automatically, right? Because you helped us get to the point where we can even do this thing. And everybody else, it'll be a subscription base, or maybe like a scribe thing where it's like, no, I just need this, and you just get that, right? So that's going to be there, right? And that actually leads into the next thing I wanted to cover. The another update was the MRCI Charities website has been updated, right? And you can go on there and you can see all the new pages that it's a couple of new pages that are up there. One is that proposed initiatives that MRCI Charities, the people who are working on it right now, have already come up with, and now we're fleshing them out, like to look professional in order that so that it can be submitted for funding. Because the more I dig into this stuff, it is just like, it's almost expected that you're gonna be dealing with a whole lot of funds. I'm not doing this to be greedy. I could care less about the money. People that know me, they know I love to call myself the golden goose. I have all these golden eggs. What am I going to do with it? I just like laying eggs, that kind of thing, right? So I'm personally trying to, and I'm vetting everybody to make sure that vetting, V-E-T, to make sure they're at least somewhat aligned to this. I'm trying to free us, right? As in, I have some ideas. The other Moors on the board have some ideas. Do you have some ideas? So we can flesh them out and go get some money and and hire our people, not volunteer. It's gonna probably start out as volunteer at first, but my goal is to hire people to actually be able to free them and have them, what a great idea. Here, get paid for it. You shouldn't be doing that for free. That kind of thing. And you shouldn't have to go work for someone else to live your dream. You should just build your own. Can we assist, right? So the website has been updated to show our proposed initiatives, right? And we just put up a new form requesting your proposals. I'm not joking. What ideas do you have, right? Because we're not going to be... Yeah, I'm about to throw some people on the bus. What's that guy named? Dr. Umar? Did he ever get that school? I'm not trying to be that guy, right? I remember I donated to the chick who, and I'm gonna find her picture. She did something about, no, I think it was right after, this was a while ago. Michael Brown got killed. And then she started going on some rampage to Mount Fine. Since y'all killing us, we gonna restart Black Wall Street. I donated $20 to her and waited to see what happened. About 6-7 months later, after nobody heard from her for exactly 6-7 months, she came back to me, I've been gone because, I had a breakdown and my therapist said the only thing that would fix me would be a mommy makeover. So I got my boobs done, my butt done, and my fat gut done. I'm not going to be that chick. I know it. I'm like, I'm glad I only put in $20. You can see exactly what MRCI Charities has going on by going on to MRCICharities.org. and clicking on public disclosure. Everything is up there. I love full disclosure, right? So yeah. So again, website, we have our proposed initiatives up there. And there's a form up there asking any active Moors who are organized. We went into this last week. No individuals. It's got to be at least 4 of y'all in case at least one of y'all can keep, 1 out of 4 can keep going, keep it going, hopefully. So yeah, and I think that's it. Oh, no. And so it's the form up there now is, because people have been sending me emails and filling out a form somewhere. I keep getting these emails talking about somebody filled out a form that I don't know where it is or how to access it. So if you went onto the site and filled some form out, please go back onto the site and there will be another form there that says, just tell us what you up to, right? Who are you? What's your contact information? What are your talents? What are you trying to do as for our community, right? Not even for us, for our community. And I think it's some other questions on there. So yeah, that's collecting contact information for people who want to just start putting in their stuff. Because dreaming out loud, I would love to set up a Moorish Chamber of Commerce, right? Just a central hub where all the working Moors, we can start working with each other, that kind of thing. Like, I know there's a brother out there who has a Moorish version of Zoom. I would much rather use Zoom because I'm gonna need Zoom in a minute, right? So I would much rather use that brother's platform than Zoom, that kind of thing. But anyway, so topics to discuss. And this is right in line. I love it. And yeah, I'm almost done. So back to the proposals. So the first one, right? Because I've never done this. I'm like delving into a new career, kind of feet first, not head first. Thank goodness. I've never done grant writing, right? I've grown up around the people. Actually, my mother was one of the people who approved grants for not grants or whatever. She was a procurement clerk where she was the one where if you like, okay, I want to sell toilet paper to the federal prisons in Michigan. She was the one that approved the money. So I know the jargon. It's like, you know how to sew, but you've never been taught how to sew just because you've been around it so much. One of those things, right? So I'm dipping my toe in it to make sure that I'm doing it right. And I'm like testing an initiative. And the initiative is, again, the Moorish Guidepost, right? So like I mentioned last week, we're on foundations.org where we get to like look through all the people who have funds to donate to different initiatives, right? And while looking for funds to build out an Islamic indigenous newspaper, right? I'm coming across all these funds that do other things, right? I would love to be involved with them. I just don't have the time or energy that they deserve to have invested in them to make them something that somebody would actually consider paying for. For instance, I love this, right? I was looking for funds for the paper, right? And came across the Doris Duke Foundation. And I'm like, why does that name sound so dang familiar? Doris Duke. I probably just watched a biography about her or something, but it sounds really familiar. So this person has a foundation set up. Very interesting, the stuff that she funds. The two that she funds: performing arts, medical research. It was another one I can't remember. Then it was children improvement or benefits for children, like improving their situation. And I'm gonna get into that one. And the other one was Islamic arts. I'm like, Islamic arts? Who is this? Doris Duke was the heiress to the some tobacco fortune, right? And she never had any children. And I remember her story because I remember she was always giving money away in secret because she didn't want her society friends to look down on her for who she was funding, like Muslims, right? And I'm like, let me guess, Scorpio. Yup, Scorpio. Yeah, whole other thing. Right? So I'm like, yeah, let's see. Let me dig a little deeper. I'm looking for funds. This is one of the other Moors. Y'all come in. I'm looking for funds for this paper. Okay? She's funding this one program called Islamic Women's Voices in America. I can do something with that, right? What is this? The betterment of children. So she's giving away money to disadvantaged, I don't want to say at risk, they're what they consider disadvantaged children, right? Primarily those, they like really the program. I couldn't believe this. You can go on and look for yourself, the Doris Duke Foundation, where if I remember correctly, they specifically said fund transition programs for foster children. I'm like, what? Because I don't know about y'all, I've known a ton of foster children and their children and seen all the mistakes that could have been avoided if they had just had some guidance. So this woman, her foundation, which is still like not only getting money from what she put in, and they invest or the interest off that, but you know, they still sell cigarettes, so they getting money. That's how money's getting up in there. And they're willing to pay people to set up programs to help foster children transition to adulthood so they don't end up among these homeless people on the street, because it's getting crowded out there. I'm like, I would love to do something like that. Who has a program where, like, I can probably do help the girls, but the boys, what we gonna do with the boys, the young men, you know? So that's why the form is on the site. Here go what we trying to do. If you don't have no ideas, you know, sign up and just let us know what you can contribute to any of our ideas. If you have an idea, here's another form to please tell us what your idea is. And please don't forget to leave all your contact information so we can help you. Because like I said, I'm looking for stuff. I'm looking for funding for one thing and finding funding for other things. And rather than just leaving money on the table, can y'all, it'd be nice to like, hey, here go where that Chamber of Commerce thing comes in, right? Networking. Like, didn't such and so mention something about this? I can at least make a note of it. That kind of thing. And it goes a little bit further, right in line with that, right? Not only am I willing, like, if I come across it, I'm gonna send it your way type of thing. But if you are not set up as a 501c3, I just learned about something else this week. Well, I learned about it last week, but went into it further this week. Fiscal sponsorship. You ever heard of that? I love it. So instead of everybody having to make sure you got your incorporation in place, right? But you don't necessarily have to go through, it's not even that hard now that I've done it, the attaining the 501c3 status. You can actually use the status of MRCI Charities to sponsor you to get that grant. So you don't have to, I mean, you can do it if you want. We'd be glad to help you with that too. See what I mean? It's like, well, I know how to do that. What, you know? I'd be glad to help. And with AI now, why not? It's not like it's going to be that much work. And so anyway, fiscal sponsorship. What is that? I'm going to read it off real quick from the Council of Nonprofits.org to make sure I got the right definition, because you know I love definitions. So, fiscal sponsorship. And of course, this will be all the graphics and everything and details will be on the YouTube version that will be uploaded either tomorrow or Monday. So, fiscal sponsorship is a nonprofit organization that provides fiduciary oversight, financial management, and other administrative services to help build the capacity of charitable projects, right? Using a fiscal sponsorship arrangement offers a way for a cause to attract donors even when it is not yet recognized as tax exempt under the IRS Code 501c3. In essence, the fiscal sponsor serves as the administrative so-called home of the cause. Charitable contributions are given to the fiscal sponsor, who then in turn grants them to support the cause. Because I thought I mentioned that I wanted to help do this. That MRCI Charities wanted to do this, but I was under the impression that in order for us to help y'all, y'all would have to be set up as a 501c3 too. Turns out not, right? You can just use MRCI Charities to go get it. And like I said, it's like, well, why not? Here, I found this grant for your project that you submitted a proposal for. And anybody that's worked with me before, it's like, y'all know that it's kind of best. It might take me a while to get it done, but when you give me something and when I finally hand it back, it's done, right? Just leave me to it. If you let me do everything, I sure will, right? That kind of thing. So anyway, let's see. Why choose fiscal sponsorship? Real quick. Fiscal sponsorship is often used by newly formed nonprofits that need to raise money during the startup phase before they are recognized as tax exempt by the IRS. Using a fiscal sponsor enables a program or organization that does not itself qualify as tax exempt to attract funding for its operations that will, through the fiscal sponsor, be tax deductible to the donor. So therefore, fiscal sponsor arrangements benefit organizations or programs that are not tax exempt by providing a flow-through pathway for revenue that the organization might not otherwise be in position to receive. And that is the page on fiscal sponsorship for nonprofits from the National Council of Nonprofits, and that's councilofnonprofits.org. Yeah, so that's there, right? I think that's it. Yeah, I think I covered everything except the last thing that I still need to work on, and I might need to, of course, this is kind of, I guess, why I'm sending out the call to get some help, right? An AMoor campaign, AMoor, A-Moor, or, how you say it in Spanish, AMoor, right? Where MRCI Charities is sending out the call and asking Moors to donate love. Can we please just get your energy? I know that sounds kind of like weird and vampire-ish, but yeah, for real, like, you can donate funds if you want. That's always welcome. But if y'all could just keep us in your thoughts, because Moors have power, right? And right now, I feel like it. I don't know if you all have been feeling it lately. I feel like Allah is smiling on us and like kind of trying to make up for the torture our people have endured for the last, I don't know, 600-700 years, something like that, or whatever. Every time we gone down, and it's just like, yup, you all are the ones who have been just straight up purified. You don't even remember what it is to be scumbags like you used to be, which is how you earned this position in the first place. So here you go, right? And all we asking is, I don't know, it's just called AMoor, right? I'm gonna put up a campaign about it, right? So keep your eyes out. It's nothing serious. It's kind of fitting after Valentine's Day. Now we're going to start celebrating love. And it's like, what is that? Sacrifice Week or Salvation Week is coming up. And yeah, some more stuff will be coming out about that. Yup. Yeah, we got superpowers. For real. Y'all know, right? How sometimes, I don't know about y'all, sometimes I feel like I got to be careful what I think because I might hurt somebody. That kind of thing. It keeps you honest. It keeps you good, right? So yeah, that's going to be coming up. Keep an eye. It's called the A-Moor Campaign, or if I come up with another name, or if we can get some people together and start having roundtables, right? Let's start talking, start building clouds, for real clouds, and watch them manifest. I'm just looking at all this stuff I'm able to do by myself with 4 children hanging around my neck and running the house all by myself, right? So yeah, I forgot to mention that if you're a single mother, could you please go sign up for this, please? Because yeah, it's like, I just heard a study where they just proven that the best time managers are single mothers, right? People look at them in awe and wonder, how do you not die doing everything you do every day? So yeah, not to burden y'all further, but if I could just get some, talk to y'all and ask you what you think about a few things, that'd be great. And with that, I think that's enough, right? Islam, thank you for joining, right? Big energy, we with you, Mother. Islam, peace and love, peace and love. Yeah, please be with us, right? I think that's all it's gonna take, right? We just know it. Don't even hope, don't believe, know it. That kind of thing, right? But yeah, I'll check y'all out later because I gotta go cook dinner. Because like I just said, and then get back out here and fix the website and go find the more some money, because I figure if we just have one beggar, the nation ain't a beggar, right? So I can't ask for nothing for myself, but I'll shake a can for y'all, right? It's kind of weird, but anyway, I'll check y'all later. Hit me up or hit us up at thanks@MRCICharities.org or Islam at CalifaMedia.com, or visit the websites at MRCI Charities.org or CalifaMedia.com. And I'm gonna check y'all later. All right, peace and love, Moors, Islam, and bye bye, y'all.